Hey guys, I almost did not make this video because extreme heat and I do not get along. You could probably tell by my red face. I've already had to go in the house and chug some Gatorade, but trying to take care of myself while I'm out here doing this. I wanted to come out here and prepare the garden for the heat wave this morning, but we ended up getting a few rain showers this morning and it didn't clear out until almost 11 o'clock. So I'm out here after lunch in the heat of the day trying to get this done. Tomorrow it is supposed to be 100 degrees without the heat index, and I'm really concerned about some of my plants. I'm also concerned about myself being out here right now. And for the next 10, 12 days, several of those days are in the mid 90s. So we need to do some protecting. And if you take a look at the garden behind me, one saving grace for a heat wave is that a lot of, or some of the main parts of the garden and some of the cool weather stuff is in the shade in the heat of the day. My brachias are under that net, and when I came out here earlier at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they were all wilting down and I felt so bad, and I went ahead and started the deep watering that I was going to do to prepare for this heat wave. So they perked up pretty fast, which I was really surprised that they perked up that fast, but they perked up fast. So the two things that I'm going to be doing today, one I've already done, which is deep watering everything. There's the only two things I feel like you can do to prepare for a heat wave is one, make sure they have enough water, and two, provide enough shade. So what I'm going to be doing is going ahead and providing the shade now, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. So while I'm doing that, why don't you take a look at what I found when I came out here yesterday. Oh my word, you guys. I am just checking my carrots to see if they've germinated yet, and check this out. What do you see? I hope that you are seeing seeds that have germinated. Yeah, very excited about that. I'm going to uncover these and let them get light and some additional rain. All three of my rows of carrots have germinated. How exciting is that? Again, if you remember, I had trouble germinating carrots, and I've actually never gotten them to germinate. But with this new method of gardening, this new Ruth Stout method where you cover things with hay, I planted the seeds with some sand, watered them in, covered it with hay, and I have not added any water to this bed, and all three rows have germinated. Yes, carrots this year. Also with the same method, my green beans have really surprised me. Also in just over a week's time, these beans are actually, like, some of them, I've cleared the hay around them now, but like some of them just like germinated and shot up. So soon I'm going to have to be trying to train these onto the trellis. This side of the trellis has also germinated. I'm going to remove this from them for now. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got going on, because it is sweltering out here and I need to get into some air conditioning. But you can see that the majority of this bed is in the shade in the late afternoon, which is good. However, those seedlings you saw earlier, the carrots, I'm extremely concerned about because they are so young and so small. So what I did was, in addition to watering, I provided some shade for them. This netting is netting I had left over from putting the hoops on the brachias. It only blocks about 25% of the UV rays and stuff, so I went ahead and doubled it. I don't know if that's going to help, but that'll be at least giving some good airflow in there and everything. while we try to make it through this heat wave, and it will also let water in should we get any rain. So coming over here, in the tomato bed, you can see my Cherokee purple. The heat is getting to it. I deep watered it. Hopefully it will come back out, but the early girl seems to be doing fine. Tomatoes are warm weather, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. So on the onion bed, I am concerned about two things. Number one, the onions bolting during this heat wave. And number two, I also have in here some cucumbers that are not very old. So trying to give them a little extra protection with this old sheet. Poor sheet. I'm just holding it with clothespins. We have used this sheet for so many different things, and now it's a shade cloth. I'm not too terribly worried, as I said, about the tomatoes because they are warm weather. Over here, I didn't have a lot of net left. It's only a single layer, but as you can see, this part of the bed is in the shade in the hot mid-afternoon through the evening. So that should be okay for these young beets that are in here. And also I have green beans growing up over there, as you saw earlier. And then these cucumbers here along the cattle panel. Again, they're small, so might give a little bit of extra protection. We will see. And then, of course, we have the bed with the brachias, which is in full shade now, or at least partial shade in the mid-afternoon. Oh, if you could have seen these earlier when I came out here and they were all wilted, I was so disheartened, but now they look great. And I'll probably go ahead and toss just a little bit more water on them because I cannot come out and water early in the morning. I have to go to work. So I am concerned about how things are going. I'll have to pop out here tomorrow after work, see what's up. Maybe do another deep water. We'll see. You can see the root stout potatoes over here. They're taking it pretty well because they are in shade for the hottest part of the day also, as well as the rhubarb. So all of that looks good, and we'll just see how they weather the heat storm. That is it for now. I'm leaving. I'm going back to the house. I'm getting some lemonade or Gatorade or something, and I hope you guys are a whole lot cooler than I am. See you next time.